Well, Amrabat United decision soon to be made, and we all know that the man known as Sofyan Amrabat is really one of those that very many United fans really want to obviously keep at the club of Manchester United. And Jodan Sancho decision is also yet to be made. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I'll go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as Manchester United is really concerned. Strictly Manchester United content is what we obviously come in here to obviously give to the fans of Manchester United. Now, we're gonna hit obviously get in lots of stories coming in through from Amrabat ever since the season came to an end, and went ahead and obviously put in what we call a very beautiful display. And we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and may the living to God bless you and bless you abundantly. As it stands right now, we are calling in for 300 likes on this video as we talk Amrabat and Jodan Sancho. I know if I'm to go into the poll section and set up a poll, most of you will vote for Amrabat to be signed first, and we all know that it makes sense, and we don't know why some people believe he shouldn't obviously be signing for the club of Manchester United. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and obviously let's get into these stories. Now, the story started in from Tron Marshall. He's a senior football writer at the Manchester Evening News. He told us that Manchester United are yet to rule out the possibility of activating the option to sign Sofyan Amrabat on a permanent deal, while a decision likely to be delayed until after the club have finalized Erik ten Hag's future. Now, this was the first stance, or the stance was said on when Manchester United is going to be coming up to obviously put in the latest information or the latest decision about Amrabat. Now that the decision of Erik ten Hag is going to be really resolved, and it's now coming to 2 weeks, we are waiting to see whether Amrabat is going to be kept at the club of Manchester United. And there came in Samuel Lucas this week. Manchester United are still to make a decision on the future of Sofyan Amrabat following the end of season review. A permanent move for Amrabat has not been ruled out, but United will likely consider a range of midfield alternatives before they make a final decision. Now, this is where Ineos has obviously coming through and really act fast, because this man has gone ahead to show what we call the due diligence to Manchester United when very many clubs were really looking at him. Fabrizio even said there was a rival of Manchester United that showed interest into this guy, and the guy was like, I'm staying at Manchester United, and that is Liverpool. Liverpool wanted to sign Amrabat on a permanent. Remember, they went in for Declan Rice, they couldn't compete. They went in for Moise Caicedo, and Caicedo was like, I'm not coming to Liverpool, I'm going to Chelsea. And they went in for Amrabat. You know, they were chasing for him, and Amrabat was like, I'm waiting for Manchester United. I know we'll obviously get this deal done and dusted. On the final day, that's when Manchester United went ahead obviously signed a deal for Sofyan Amrabat, and he came in through, and he had some good spells and that were really on and offs, but towards the end of the season he proved to us that he is that midfielder that we need at the club of Manchester United, because you cannot be having two midfielders at the same level at Manchester United when you don't have money. And this is why Manchester United needs to obviously sign this guy immediately. And if a Man United, I obviously activate his clause, though it was said to be really valid until May, and now an optional year has gone ahead to automatically really renew itself. That is for Sofyan Amrabat for you. So now Sofyan Amrabat is waiting in for the club of Manchester United, and what shows you that there is hope for him to sign for the club of Manchester United is his agent hasn't gone ahead to obviously try to loiter around and really get in other teams. Though there is interest from Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Napoli, and Fulham, and some other Premier League teams, Sofyan Amrabat is like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be really here, right? And do the needful, and that is Sofyan Amrabat for you. So we wait and see how things pan out for Sofyan Amrabat, but I'm 100% sure that it's really going to go on the right way, because Man United are stretching the budget, and if they are to really get in two midfielders, they have to obviously do the needful and really get in huge monies. And if I told you to move out two midfielders, or you have to bring in another midfielder, the club of Manchester United, you need to obviously move on Casemiro, because Amrabat is not counted as a midfielder for Manchester United. Right now, as we speak, we only have one CDM who goes by the names of Casemiro. And you looked at how he performed last season. He was way off the pace and couldn't match the levels of intensity and mobility of other midfielders. And he saw to it that it was not until Amrabat came and fit in like a glove that he obviously did the needful. And I think he sent a very beautiful message to Ineos, because they really watched those games very well, against Arsenal, against Newcastle, against Brighton, and against Man City. And if I told you are Ineos, and those 4 games are not enough to prove to you that Sofyan Amrabat is really one CDM that will need the club of Manchester United, then I don't know what else you want to be proven right, because the players they'll be looking at are really expensive. João Neves is like 100 million plus. Bruno Gimar is 100 million plus. Ederson is 40 million plus. Zubimendi is 60 million euros. And Onana is 50. Fofana is 20. And out of those players, I'm going to have to mention, it's just 1 or 2 that are really having Premier League proven stats. And Amrabat showed us that he can really do the needful for the club of Manchester United each and every time he's called upon to obviously do the job. That is Amrabat for you and the club of Manchester United. And Erik ten Hag, I know, he's really convinced that Amrabat is the guy to be, because he fell out with Casemiro. And we don't know what Casemiro's decision is going to be. But if a Man United, one of the players I have to first sign is Amrabat. To pay just £21 million for Amrabat, for me, those are peanuts. Pay £20 million for Amrabat and see him come to the club of Manchester United. Get in a striker, Joshua Zirkzee, that is like £55 million. Get in a central defender, and that is like £120 million. Done business. And for that, we can go to America knowing that a lot is really going to be up for grabs in the next season. But if we start off with Casemiro alone in here, I will find it very, very, very absurd for the club of Manchester United. However much they want João Neves, but the money is not available, because there was hope that a team in Saudi Arabia could offer United like 60 to 70 million euros for Casemiro, but it looks like Al Hilal and Al Nassr want to offer between 30 to 35 million euros, meaning that that money can't even contribute to, I think, a third of the amount of money Benfica wants for the side of João Neves. You understand? So I would go in for Amrabat, get him here, and maybe next season we can go huge. If I only qualify for the Champions League and we're having in some huge monies to spend in the due course of the summer transfer window. But I know he's really keeping it positive, and the moment you're seeing no teams linked to the side of Manchester United, linking Amrabat to other sides, it is a confirmation that Manchester United is really so much on course to obviously sign him and really bring him here on a permanent. That is Sofyan Amrabat for you, and that's what I'm really thinking about his future at the club of Manchester United. After Sofyan Amrabat, let's obviously go on to Jodan Sancho, a man that we all know that United are going to have to make a decision to obviously sell him. And Seth of Sky Sports told us that Borussia Dortmund remain in talks with Manchester United over a permanent deal for Sancho. Juve have also approached United on him. Those two clubs are among a number of interested sides. Man United are likely to only want to consider permanent offers for Sancho, and their valuation is £40 million. So Juventus, Borussia Dortmund are really interested in the player. And to show you that Sancho is not that kind of player that we thought he is, look at how he performed in the Champions League and for Borussia Dortmund, and only those two teams are really looking in for him. And we haven't gone ahead to see a big team really look up for him because of his behavior. And I tell you, that behavior of Sancho saying no and failing to apologize to the manager really caused out of havoc to him. And we've been told, or we are told, before the deal of Michael Olise was made really final, he told us that if Jodan Sancho leaves Man United, the club are looking at targets for that position. United are discussing internally whether to make their interest in Michael Olise more formal. Xavi Simons is also one to look out for. And now, with Michael Olise's deal to Bayern Munich confirmed, that means Xavi Simons is one to watch to the club of Manchester United. And I know that a lot is going to be put on the cards to see to it that we get in another player. And that's why I'm like, I would rather take Sancho maybe to PSG and really get in Xavi Simons, or Rashford to go that side and get in Xavi Simons, because he offers a lot to the club. And there is a very huge topic about Xavi Simons that I'm going to be obviously breaking tomorrow in here onto this beautiful channel of the United Matters channel. So, Jodan Sancho, for me, if he's not willing to offer an apology, then he should really find himself out of the club of Manchester United. And Ineos should really work tooth and nail to obviously offload him, because he's not needed at the club of Manchester United. And good enough, they've also gone ahead to obviously read the room, and they've gone ahead to back Erik ten Hag on the decision of Jodan Sancho, because they know discipline is paramount at the club of Manchester United. And if at all we get all those right, no one is really going to come in through to stop us from really getting what we want to get from players like Xavi Simons and so on. And Erik ten Hag is going to set a very big precedent at the club of Manchester United that was last set by Sir Alex Ferguson. For example, you remember what Sir Alex Ferguson did to David Beckham, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Jaap Stam, Juan Sebastian Veron, and the core. All those were big players at the club of Manchester United. You can talk about whichever player that he showed the exit door. So, and very many players have gone ahead to obviously keep at the club of Manchester United because the decisions were really made, and power and the player power used to obviously overweigh the manager's power. But under Erik ten Hag, he told them when he came in through that they gave me the power to hire and sack. So he first dealt with Ronaldo, threw him under the bus. Harry Maguire was really trimmed off those wings. You saw it with Rashford. You've seen it with Jodan Sancho, and you saw it with Casemiro. And I tell you, Casemiro has to come and issue an apology. If at all he doesn't issue an apology, Casemiro will find himself into what we call a very tough problem playing at the club of Manchester United, and he will be having only one chance to really see himself out of the club of Manchester United. I know there are some players who will felt like Erik ten Hag should be sacked for us to start the club of Manchester United, but we who really knew what it means for a manager to go into the third phase, we're like, all right, he should obviously show us the exit door, because we believe in the manager Erik ten Hag, and no one is really willing to obviously let him go. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Amrabat United, this transfer decision to be made soon, and what do you make about Jodan Sancho? Should United keep him, or we should sell him to where those teams are really interested in signing him? Good morning. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye-bye.